Hello, this is Judge Toller from Divorce Court, and I'd like you to check your inbox. I think it is because it's very easy to nickel and dime your way into a bad situation. One more compromise. For instance, an abuser's not going to start by just, man, a right hook. Sometimes it starts with verbal. You can't do anything. You're so stupid. Nobody else is going to want you. And then they kind of whittle you away bit by bit. And then there's a push. And then there's a shove. And there's no... And you think, oh, well, this was just this, a little more, it just was a little worse than yesterday. If you don't have a clear line, you can keep backing up and backing up and backing up until you find yourself in a corner. My mother had a clear line. She said, you know, my father was really wild. He was hard to deal with, but you can't hit me. You cannot, you can't smack me, you can't punch me. Anything that is that, I'm leaving. She had a line that she drew. It might have been a lot closer to her than some women would have drawn it, but that's the line she drew. And so there wasn't any confusion as to when it was time to go. Because people live from day to day. Do you know what I mean? That people don't sit down and think, let me plan it out, because that's just not what we've done as a society. This is how we're going to do something. Today, we're going to take care of our problems today. And I think people think, you know, if you love somebody, everything will work out, and it shouldn't be pragmatic and practical. And I think you do need pragmatic and practical, because obviously what we're doing now doesn't work very well. So when you just going from day to day, you tend to make more emotional decisions. When you sit down and say, hey, we're going to think it out. We're going to sit down and agree to what we want to do, what we don't want to do, what is going to happen, what's not going to happen, what we're going to allow and not allow. And that way, you're not in the emotion of any particular moment and making a decision based on how you feel. When you've already had a game plan in place, when you're upset or whatever, you go back to the game plan that you made when you were cool, calm, and collected, and you can proceed in a rational fashion. Yeah, actually I enjoy it. I do. I mean, I just feel like, hey, sometimes you want a little help. And sometimes it helps to have somebody who's not all in the emotional situation with you, just kind of give you a calming voice. And my mother was such an extraordinarily emotional, aware individual, and I realized how valuable that was to me. So right. I guess I'm just trying to pay it forward, a little bit of that emotional wisdom and share it with. I've got another book another 3 books that I'm writing. I have one more book about emotional acuity just in a divorce situation that I'm excited about. And then I actually my big deal is if I could ever publish a novel. I have actually 2 that I'm writing, and I'd love to do that. I paint. I want to get better at that. I play tennis. I would really love to be a great doubles player. I'm working on that. And what else there's no end to the things that I want to do. I want to become fluent in French. I've had a lot of years of it, so I still work on it so I can have a second language. I just think that's a great idea. I want to learn how to cook. I'm a terrible cook. I would like not to be a terrible cook anymore. Right. I could go on all day about all the stuff I would love to do, but those are my top ones.
Wow, that's wonderful. Do you ever look to put your paintings out there? You work out there?
I put them on. If you look on my, my web page, I have a section called Art Therapy because I'm not any good at it. I just paint because I enjoy it, and you'll see some of my paintings on there. Hello, this is Judge Toller from Divorce Court, and I'd like you to check your inbox.